فَتَحْنَا لَكَ فَتْحًا مُبِينًا لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ وَيُتِمَّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا وَيَنصُرَكَ اللَّهُ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا هُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ فِي قُلُوبِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ لِيَزْدَادُوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ويكفر عنهم سيئاتهم وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأخرى تحبونها نصر من الله وفتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العلي العظيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الآن كلمة لمعالي وزير خارجية البحرين
the Foreign Minister of Bahrain,
جلالة الملك البحرين
King of Bahrain. The floor is yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, Your Excellency, President Dr. Rashid, President of the Republic of Iraq, Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, peace be upon you. I was honored by King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the king of the Kingdom of Bahrain, and the president of the 33rd session of the Arab Summit, may God protect him, to assign me to preside over the delegate of Bahrain to Baghdad Summit, and to convey to you all the greetings and the appreciation of His Majesty, as well as the greetings of Crown Prince Hamad bin Khalifa and the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Bahrain, wishing you the success of this blessed summit. And I would like to express deep thanks and appreciation to His Excellency President Dr. Abdel Latif Jamal Rashid, the government, the Republic, and the people of Iraq for the hospitality and for the excellent preparation and organization for this summit. I would like also to extend thanks to Mr. Ahmed Abul Ghait, the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, and all the members of the League of Arab States Secretariat for their efforts to enhance the joint Arab action and their constructive cooperation while the Kingdom of Bahrain presided over the 33rd session of the Arab Summit. The Kingdom of Bahrain was honored to chair the 33rd session of the Arab Summit, during which we tried to give momentum to the joint Arab action and to open new horizons of strategic and fraternity partnerships to achieve the aspirations of the Arab nations to peace, stability, security, and sustainable development. The Kingdom of Bahrain has issued a number of initiatives that were endorsed by Bahrain Summit that reflects its fixed stance supporting the right of our brothers, the Palestinians, to establish their own state and to accept its full membership in the United Nations. And our initiatives covered also providing educational and health services to those who are suffering from disputes and conflicts in our region, as well as enhanced joint Arab cooperation in the field of digitalization and economic development. The Kingdom of Bahrain would always be committed to following up the implementation of those initiatives through the initiatives of joint Arab cooperation as well as international partnerships. In this context, we'd like to emphasize our support to the International Alliance to achieve the two-state solution that was launched by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as well as the earlier recovery plan and the reconstruction of Gaza Strip plan that was submitted by the Arab Republic of Egypt and adopted by Palestine Summit in Cairo, as well as inviting you all to follow the ceasefire, in addition to inviting both parties to continue the ceasefire and to release the hostages and to provide all humanitarian aid without any obstacles, and enabling the Palestinians to enjoy their just legitimate rights. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, our summit is held today amidst international and regional complicated challenges that necessitate holding on to the principles in the Bahrain Declaration, as well as the declaration of the League of Arab States, and to continue our strenuous efforts to come up with peaceful solutions to the conflicts impacting a number of Arab brotherly countries, as well as establishing an integrated Arab framework that protects the sovereignty of our countries and the integrity of its territories, and to achieve our national security and prevent external intervention, extremism and terrorism from jeopardizing our countries, and to protect the navigation in the seas. The Kingdom of Bahrain commends the efforts of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to remove the sanctions on Syria, thanking the efforts of Saudi Arabia, commending the success of the US-Saudi summit in Riyadh, and we support the efforts that are exerted by different Arab countries to support stability, security, and environmental security, and benefiting from renewable energy and the techniques of sustainable development to support development. In this context, we commend highly the support of Arab countries to the candidacy of the Kingdom of Bahrain to permanent membership in the Security Council and supporting its initiative that reflects our joint commitment to enhancing for peaceful coexistence and supporting our just causes in international arenas. At the end, the Kingdom of Bahrain is honored to hand over the presidency of the 34th session of the Arab Summit to the President of the Republic of Iraq, wishing him the best of luck and that this summit would be crowned by constructive and fruitful outcomes that would enhance Arab unity and would serve the interests of other countries, and to look for a more peaceful, bright future. Thank you, and peace be upon you. And now we would like to extend thanks to the Kingdom of Bahrain and His Majesty King of Bahrain for chairing the 33rd Arab Summit, and we look forward to continuous cooperation with Bahrain in the future. Thanks once more. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, I announce by the blessings of Allah the inauguration of the Council of the League of Arab States at the level of the summit in its 34th ordinary session, and we would like to welcome you to Baghdad, the land of peace, the capital of the Republic of Iraq. Allow me to start this session by delivering the presidency speech. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, distinguished guests, peace and blessing of Allah be upon you. In our name and in the name of the Iraqi people, we are glad to welcome you to the country of both rivers. We are embracing today the proceedings of the 34th session of the Arab Summit in light of complicated security and economic challenges, as the war is jeopardizing our region and it prevents our looking forward to the future and the sustainable development goals, in addition to the economic conditions that are overshadowing the lives of our peoples. We would like today to preside over the 34th Arab Summit, expressing our full appreciation to the efforts of the exceptional efforts of the League of Arab States at this sensitive moment. And we would like also to extend thanks and appreciation to Mr. Ahmed Abul Ghaith, the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, who worked a lot to make the proceedings of this summit a success. Baghdad summit comes at a very complicated condition that threatens our region and the security of our countries and the future of our peoples, and these threats make us shoulder a historical responsibility, and we need to take the initiative and move forward to enhance the opportunities of Arab region and international stability. And through the diplomatic solutions, we can serve the interests of our peoples and our countries. And we are committed with our efforts to hold on to the principles of the UN as well as international laws based on respecting the sovereignty of countries, good neighborhood and joint cooperation. And Iraq highlights the importance of settling disputes peacefully through bilateral direct talks and through mediators. We are against imposing anything on countries and the use of power or external interventions. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, our distinguished guests, a year and a half ago, the Palestinians have started suffering, and they have been subject to genocide, systematic genocide that aims at dissolving the Palestinian cause and the presence of Palestinians on their lands. At this time, we denounce this aggression, and we condemned all these practices against human rights and the principles and international laws that were not useful in liquidating the Palestinian cause. We commend the resilience of the Palestinians, emphasizing our full support to enjoying their full rights on their Palestinian territories, and the fact that we are against any attempt to evacuate them under any title. Iraq is keen on supporting security and stability in the brotherly Arab countries, as we cannot fragment our joint security due to our conviction of the same destiny and interest, and we are against any external interventions that harm the sovereignty of these countries or jeopardize its peoples. And we heighten the importance of political solutions and comprehensive national dialogue as the only means to settle disputes, while respecting the choices of countries to build their future and to achieve their aspirations to a decent life that reflects fraternity and the spirit of responsibility that is symbolized by our summit and the keenness of Iraq on Arab unity. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the main purpose of holding our summit today, after not a long period of holding the extraordinary urgent summit in Cairo, is to deal with the challenges due to our conviction of the importance of joint Arab action that enables us to achieve the supreme national interests and depend on logic and dialogue rather than strength in settling disputes, as well as benefiting from our distinguished geographical position and our historical background and our rich culture and our human resources and wealths that are attractive to the whole world. Thus, we need today to enforce our commonalities and similarities and to work for the interests of our peoples, for prosperity and welfare, and to provide the services and to achieve social justice, as the unity of our history, religion and destiny is the basis of our joint Arab action. And these are commonalities that drive us to focus on the integration, cooperation and partnership, as well as establishing development and service projects with the GCC countries and neighboring countries. At the end, we pray Allah to support us all for the interests of our peoples and the stability of our countries. And we emphasize the unity of the world to confront the different challenges and to dismantle the plans that are trying to threaten our future. Thank you, and peace be upon you. And now I would like to invite
وزراء
the Prime Minister,
الأستاذ محمد شيع
Mr.
السوداني
Mohammed Shia
لإلقاء
al-Sudani,
كلمة
to
جمهورية
deliver the speech of the Republic of Iraq.
شكرا جزيلا فخامة
Thank you
الرئيس.
very much, Your Excellency,
قال
the
الله تعالى في
Chairman.
محكم كتابه
A
الكريم
verse from the
بسم
Holy
الله الرحمن
Quran
الرحيم
says, in the name of
واعتصموا بحبل
Allah,
الله
you should
جميعا ولا
all
تفرقوا.
be
صدق
united
الله
and not
العلي العظيم.
fragmented.
أصحاب الفخامة
Your
والسمو
Excellencies,
أصحاب المعالي السادة
Your
رؤساء الوفود
Highnesses,
المشاركة
the heads of
السلام
the
عليكم
delegates,
ورحمة الله
peace be
وبركاته.
upon you.
أرحب بكم
I would like
باسم
to
الشعب
welcome
العراقي
you in the name of the Iraqi
وبضيوف
people.
قمتنا
I would like
وفي
to welcome the
مقدمتهم
guests of our
السيد
summit, on top of
بيدرو
which is
سانشيز
Mr. Pedro
رئيس وزراء
Sanchez,
مملكة
the
أسبانيا
Prime Minister of the
التي
Kingdom of
نحتفل جميعا
Spain,
بعلاقات عميقة
who
معها.
have very strong relations with
ونرحب
our
كل
Arab
الترحيب
countries, and we'd like also
بمعالي
to
الأمين
welcome
العام
the
للأمم
Secretary
المتحدة
General
السيد
of
أنطونيو
the United
غوتيريش
Nations, Mr.
وبجهوده
Antonio Guterres,
ومواقفه
and thank him
الداعمة
for his
لقضايانا
efforts and
العربية.
stances supporting our Arab causes.
يحتفي العراق بكم
Iraq
دائما
welcomes you
مركزا
all
للفكر
as
والحضارة
a center of
ودارا
civilization
للتآخي
and a home
والتعايش
for
والوحدة
fraternity, coexistence,
وملتقى
and unity,
للأشقاء
and as a place
والأصدقاء
for brothers and
وساحة
friends, and
لصناعة
a
الفرص
space for
الممكنة
creating
من
possible
أجل العمل على
opportunities
رفع
to
مصلحة
work
شعوبنا
on
فوق
putting
كل
the
اعتبار
interest of our peoples
مع ما
on
تمر
top
به
of
المنطقة
everything,
والعالم
especially
من
with
أحداث
the events
فارقة
and challenges facing the region and
تشخص
the whole
أعين
world.
شعوبنا العربية
Eyes of
إليكم
our
اليوم
Arab peoples are looking
أملا
up to
في
you
ترجمة
today,
المواقف
wishing for
إلى
translating
معالجات
stances and
تلامس
positions
جوهر التحديات
into
والمخاطر
solutions that would deal with the
وتنتظر
challenges
منا
and threats,
خطوات
and they are waiting
واقعية
for
وعملية.
practical steps to be
إن
taken by
العراق
us all.
قد
Iraq
انتهج سياسة
has
خارجية
adopted an
تقدم
external
الشراكة
policy that
والتعاون معكم
supports cooperation
كأولوية
and partnership as a
وتعزز
priority
المصالح
and
المشتركة
enhances
الدائمة
joint Arab interests
وتنطلق من مبدأ
and
حسن
is
الجوار
based on good
وعدم
neighborhood
التدخل في
and
الشؤون الداخلية
non-intervention in the internal
وعدم
affairs
الاصطفاف
of
في
the
المحاور
countries and not
الإقليمية
to
والدولية
be polarized.
وتحرص على
And we are
التصدي
keen on
للإرهاب
confronting
بكل صوره.
terrorism in all its
ومن
forms.
هذه المنطلقات
And
المبدئية
according to these
ساندنا الحلول
principles,
المبنية
we
على الحوار
supported
والتفاهم
solutions based
وساهمنا
on
في تقريب
understanding
العديد
and
من وجهات
dialogue, and we
النظر المتباعدة
contributed to narrowing
وانتهجنا
the gaps between
دبلوماسية
different opinions, and we
منطقية
adopted a
للإسهام في
diplomacy that
تنمية
would contribute
روابط
to
الأخوة
supporting
والحيل
the
والاجتماع
ties
المعتدلة.
and the commonalities between the
إن
Arab countries.
رؤيتنا لنهاية
Our vision
الأزمات
to the end
وتلاشي
of the
الصراع في
conflicts
المنطقة
and
تنطلق من
struggles in
التصور
our
الشعبي
region is
الفلسطيني
based on the fact that the
على كامل
Palestinians need to
حقه في
enjoy
الحياة
their full
الحرة
right to
الكريمة على أرضه
free life
وأن
on its
يتوقف
lands,
العدوان
and that
المستمر
the aggression
الذي
should
يغذي
come to
الصراع
an
والعنف
end as it
مع
ignites
أهمية
violence and
التذكير
struggle, with
والتكرار
the importance
أمام
of
ضمير العالم
reiterating to
إن
the
هذه
conscience of the
الإبادة
whole world
الجماعية
that
قد
this
بلغت من البشاعة
genocide
ما لم تشهده
is
كل صراعات
very
التاريخ
fierce, and it
ولقد
is
رصدنا
even
وما
more
زلنا
than anyone
أفعال
that
التهجير
was
القسري
witnessed by history
للفلسطينيين
before.
مع
The
وجوب إيقاف
expelling of
المجازر في غزة
Palestinians is a must, as well
والاعتداءات
as
على
putting an
الضفة
end to
الغربية
massacres in
والأراضي
Gaza,
المحتلة
as well as
وفتح
the
الأبواب
aggression on
أمام
the Palestinian
المساعدات
territories is a
الإنسانية.
must. Also, they should
كلنا
open the
شاهد
door
تلك
to
الصور
humanitarian aid. Whenever
التي
we
يضرب
see
فيها
these
الأطفال
photos
وهم
and scenes of
مصطفون بالمئات
children
من
who are
أجل
standing in
لقمة أو
queues
قطعة
for a
رغيف
piece of bread,
قد يحصلون عليها
it
أو
heartens
يعود
us.
بهذه اليد.
Sometimes they can get it and sometimes they
هنا
cannot get it, and this
ماذا
heartens us.
ستسجل ذاكرة
And
هذا الجيل
we ask,
من
would
ألم
the
ومرارة
memory of this
وإحساس
generation carry the
بالظلم.
whole time this pain,
لذلك
frustration, and feeling of
دعونا
injustice?
وما زلنا
So we
إلى
called,
عمل
and we are still
عربي
calling
جاد
for
ومسؤول
serious,
لإنقاذ
responsible
غزة
Arab action to save
وإعادة تفعيل
Gaza,
دور
and
وسادة
to
الأمم
reinforce the
المتحدة
role of
بإماتة
UNRWA
وتجليل
to
لاجئي
support
فلسطين
the
ونرى
Palestinians
في القطاع وفي
in Gaza Strip and in the West Bank, and we support ceasefire in South Lebanon, and we condemn the continuous aggressions on the sovereignty of this brotherly country, and we work on enabling it to get its role back and enjoy its stability. And we renew our fixed positions supporting the unity in the Arab Republic of Syria and its sovereignty on its lands, and the fact that we are against any aggression or hegemony on any Syrian land, and we won't save any efforts to support our brothers in Syria to establish the country of citizenship and to establish a constitutional system through a comprehensive transition system that would protect the rights of the Syrians and the right to believe to its all groups and sects, as well as fighting terrorism. And here we second the decision of the United Nations to remove sanctions on Syria, and we wish that this step would reduce the sufferings of the Syrians. And Iraq emphasizes the fact that it supports the unity and sovereignty of Yemen, as well as putting an end to division and struggle to put an end to the sufferings of the Yemenis and to meet his humanitarian needs, besides the efforts of the United Nations to achieve full permanent settlement in Yemen. And regarding the developments in Sudan, Iraq heightens the importance of protecting the unity of Sudan, as well as coming up with permanent solutions in light of a difficult humanitarian crisis that should come to an end. And also in brotherly Libya, our fraternity necessitates putting a comprehensive solution based on good neighborhood to enhance stability and to put an end to internal division in Libya. And we believe in dialogue as a solution to settle disputes. We emphasize our full support to the US-Irani negotiations, looking forward to a vision that believes in coexistence, peace and security. Distinguished guests, there is a dire need to move with the spirit of responsibility and fraternity towards radical solutions to deal with the problems and to enable us to deal with our challenges, and to encourage the mechanisms of institutional Arab action supporting Arab and regional stability, and to move as part of effective tools and plans and guarantees to secure the integration of the Arab system and to support the efforts of fighting terrorism, human trafficking, smuggling in drugs, climate change, and support anything that supports the stability and security of our Arab countries. We announce accordingly 18 ambitious initiatives to enforce the joint Arab action, on top of which is the initiative of establishing the Arab Fund for supporting recovery efforts and reconstruction efforts after crises and wars. And we emphasize here the contribution of Iraq by $20 million for the reconstruction of Gaza and $20 million for the construction of Lebanon. Our 34th Arab Summit is not just a meeting, but it's the beginning of a project that we hope would be a new starting point that would secure a better future for our peoples and their aspirations. Baghdad, the country of civilization and presence, is proud to receive you today on its land, and it stands strong, resilient, contributing to making the solution and confronting the challenges with relentless strength. May Allah support our efforts. Thank you, and peace be upon you. Thank you, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Iraq, for delivering the speech of Iraq. And now I would like to invite Mr. Ahmed Abul Ghait, the Secretary General of the League of Arab States, to deliver his speech. Your Excellency President Abdel Latif Rashid, the President of the Republic of Iraq, Your Majesties, Your Highnesses and Excellencies, distinguished guests, let me at the outset to extend thanks and appreciation to Your Excellency, the President, and through you to the beloved people of Iraq and its government for the hospitality we received. And I would like to congratulate you for chairing the 34th Arab Summit. And I pray Allah to support your efforts for the interest of the Arab nation. These days come with an important memory to every Arab. It is the 80th anniversary for establishing the League of Arab States, the organization that holds the flag of Arabism as an idea to support this whole region from the Arab Gulf up till the Atlantic Ocean. The organization that is still, despite great transformations in the region and the whole world, representative of the link between Arab countries and the strong link that we all hold on to. The continuation of this great organization over 8 decades witnesses the strength of our peoples and the strong motive that links us all together. This link in the Arab region is based on language, culture, common history, and it is an open link that is not based on ethnicity or sects, but on the strong civilization that unites all this nation, that has within it religious, cultural, unique, rich diversity. Arab countries are still capable of dealing with these differences that distinguishes the Arab region, and is capable of providing a collective approach that is against polarization that is unfortunately affecting part of the Arab region recently. And we need here to stand and look objectively at the record of the Arab League without any exaggeration or underestimation, and to review what was achieved. The concept of the Arab national security, as we are still looking forward to up till today, and as all our forefathers looked up to, is still not achieved as we wish. The Arab region was and is still a target for whims and greeds, be it from close powers or far powers, and it is still facing interventions in its internal affairs. And we need also to look objectively at the condition of the Arab national state, as some of our countries are threatened and its existence is threatened, and some of them are suffering from internal polarization or civil wars. And the concept of the national state, the state of citizenship, is not deeply rooted yet in all parts of our Arab region, and its absence is one of the essential reasons for wars and conflicts that are considered to be dangerous gaps in the wall of the Arab national security. In Sudan, there is an open wind as the war led to the most grave humanitarian crisis in the world right now. And because of that war, the unity of the country and its national institutions that should be preserved and enhanced is subject now to threats. Despite that, I'm confident in the ability of the Sudanese and the Sudanese institutions to overcome this historical dilemma and to reconstruct what was destroyed by the war through Arab support in the first place. And in Yemen, the Houthis are still insisting on controlling the country, that led to confrontations and increased their sufferings to an extent unimaginable. and things won't be better in this Arab country dear to our hearts, except when the Houthis realize that this condition cannot go on and start a national effort to regain the unity of the country. In Libya, the division is still jeopardizing the unity of the country, and we are following with concern the grave developments taking place in Tripoli and West Libya. And I have hope that all parties would put the interest and the unity of the country on top of everything else to prevent things from deteriorating further, as well as ending the current status and maybe reaching comprehensive reconciliation that enables Libya to move to a promising future well deserved by its people. In Somalia, the country is still facing diverse dangers and threats, and we support its central government in defending the sovereignty of Somalia on all its territories. As for Syria, it's going through a very difficult condition and a big challenge to build new Syria, in which all its people, regardless of their sects and groups, would feel safe and would enjoy equal rights and duties. And we will all support the dear people in Syria in order to overcome this difficult condition, and I'm confident that raising US sanctions on Syria would contribute to creating new economic status that would enhance the ability of the Syrians to confront confidently the future. And in Lebanon, the country is facing a historical challenge of recovery and imposing the sovereignty of the state and taking control of all arms and weapons and put it in the hands of the country in light of the continuous Israeli aggressions that jeopardizes the security of the country. All hostilities there should come to an end, and we are hopeful and confident that the state of Lebanon would be able to shoulder this big responsibility for the interest of the people of this dear country. And after few years of establishing the League of Arab States, the Palestinian crisis started, and it is a continuously bleeding injury for all Arabs, and its just cause is still the cause of all Arabs. The genocide practiced by the right-wing extremists in Israel in an attempt to impose control on all Palestine and to evict its people is a shame for them and the whole silent world. It's a shame that the country would practice ethnical cleansing at these times, and the world would be silent, and daily killing of women, children, and civilians would be something normal. The policy of Israel is very concerning, and it would make the whole region go into a vicious circle of confrontations. It's a policy that targets to escalating tensions at all levels and give Israel the right to ignite fire everywhere. And the purpose is expansion under the pretext of security, and to expand under the pretext of establishing separated areas. This is a policy that we condemn and we are fully against, and we say that it is very dangerous on the stability of this region and its security. The League of Arab States dealt with the Palestinian cause since its establishment, and it would always be the cause for the League of Arab States and the right of the Palestinians to an independent state on 22% on the surface area of historical Palestine would be the central cause for the League of Arab States until the Palestinian state is established practically. And here I would like to extend thanks for the valuable efforts exerted and are still being exerted by the Arab Republic of Egypt and Qatar to reach ceasefire, and we wish these efforts all success. And I would like to extend thanks to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for its effective leadership, to the Arab Islamic Committee for ending war in Gaza, and I wish them the best of luck in leading the UN Summit on Peace in New York next month. Your Excellency, the President, the League of Arab States reserves and starts its 9th decade with full conviction that our path would continue jointly, collectively, and we would put an end to our bleeding injuries, and we will support each other, looking forward to a near day on which our Arab region would enjoy its well-deserved position amongst countries, recognizing that reform is a continuous path, and believing in the verse from the Holy Quran that Allah won't change things for people until they change themselves. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the League of the Arab States, for your remarks. And right now I would like to invite Mr. Pedro Sanchez, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Spain, to provide his remarks.
Good morning, everybody. Prime Minister, President Rashid, His Excellencies, President Rashid, Prime Minister Al-Sudani, Secretary General of the United Nations, Secretary General of the League of Arab States, heads of state and government, good morning. I'm very grateful for inviting me to this Arab League from the government of Iraq. And I would like to congratulate the Prime Minister Al-Sudani for the economic development and the stability that they have created under his leadership. My presence in this very important summit is showing a milestone with all the states. This is a relation with a long history of sincere friendship based on trust, respect, and shared desire to achieve a future of peace and prosperity. Excellencies, Palestine is bleeding before our eyes. Nothing of what is happening in Gaza and the West Bank can be alien to Europe or the rest of the world. The temptation to redraw the map of the Middle East by force awakens the worst ghost of the past. The extremely serious humanitarian crisis that Gaza has been suffering since October 2023 has left more than 50,000 dead, 100,000 wounded, and 2 million internally displaced persons. These unacceptable figures not only violate a basic notion of humanity, but also violate the fundamental principles of international law and international humanitarian law. In the face of violence and barbarism, the only response is to defend a world of order where justice prevails. We must stop this spiral of violence now. That is why today, from Baghdad today, I want to urge you to use all our political capital to reverse the situation and make a firm commitment to peace. Specifically, I propose that we focus our efforts on 4 urgent priorities. First, we must demand an immediate end to the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. To this end, I can announce that Spain and Palestine are promoting a new draft resolution in the United Nations General Assembly. In it, we will demand that Israel end the humanitarian blockage imposed on Gaza and allow full and unrestricted access for humanitarian assistance. This must be based on the principles of impartiality, independence and neutrality. And most importantly, it must be coordinated by the United Nations. I ask you to support to ensure that this resolution is successful in the Assembly of the United Nations. The second immediate priority is to redouble our pressure on Israel to stop the massacre in Gaza by all means possible, and especially through the channels provided by the international law. In addition to what has been done so far, I would like to announce two measures that Spain will promote. First, we will submit a proposal to the United Nations Assembly for the International Court of Justice to rule Israel's compliance with its international obligations regarding humanitarian access to Gaza. Third priority is to advance the political solution, supporting the opportunity represented by the Peace Conference in New York in June. The only path to peace in the regions is the implementation of the two-state solution. In recognition of the State of Palestine, in Spain recognized the State of Palestine a year ago, and today I would like to urge other countries once again to move forward with this recognition. From the outset, Spain has called for an international conference to the end of conflict that enable the implementation of the two-state solution. The June conference, under the leadership of Saudi Arabia and France, represents a historic opportunity, and we have to use this opportunity. But it will only succeed if there is broad Arab and European consensus culminated in decisive action by the entire international community. And the fourth and final priority is to strengthen Euro-Arab and Islamic dialogue. If the European Union and the Arab League work together, with strong leadership, we will be a driving force like no other in resolving the problems in the region. We must strengthen this collaboration, ensuring that international rules apply to all equally, without ambiguity, without double standards. And Spain is committed to doing everything in our power. The next ministerial meeting of the Madrid group with like-minded countries in favor of a Palestinian state, which will take place next week in Spain, is a testament of our commitment to move forward towards peace. Excellencies, the dramatic circumstances facing the global order seem to be leading us into a permanent succession of conflicts. It does not have to be this way. That is why Spain will continue to be committed to multilateralism, and you will find in our country an ally to strengthen and improve the multilateral system. Only this way we will be able to make a lasting peace in the Middle East. Excellencies, today and always, you can count on my personal commitment and that Spain to face these challenges through dialogue and hope. Thank you very much to all.
شكرا جزيلا معالي الرئيس.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Spain, for your remarks. And right now I would like to invite Mr. Antonio Gutierrez, the Secretary General of the United Nations, to provide his remarks.
Your Excellency, President Rashid, Thank you for your invitation and your hospitality. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, my dear friend, Secretary General Abul Gate, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be with you to further strengthen our partnership with the League of Arab States. The region and the world face trials and tests on all fronts, starting with Gaza. Nothing justifies the atrocious October 7 terror attacks by Hamas, but nothing justifies the collective punishment of the Palestinian people. We need a permanent ceasefire now. The unconditional release of all hostages now. And the free flow of humanitarian aid, ending the blockade now. I am alarmed by reported plans by Israel to expand ground operations and more. And I emphasize that the United Nations will not participate in any so-called aid operation that does not adhere to international law and humanitarian principles of humanity, impartiality, independence and neutrality. And I reiterate my appeal for the urgent and full support of UNRWA's work, including financial support. We reject the repeated displacement of the Gaza population, and we obviously reject any question of forced displacement outside of Gaza. We must also stay focused on the terrible situation in the occupied West Bank. Let's be clear. Annexation is illegal. Settlements are illegal. Only a two-state solution can deliver sustainable peace. Israel and Palestine living side by side in peace and security, with Jerusalem as the capital of both states, in line with UN resolutions, international law and previous agreements. The high-level conference in June, co-chaired by France and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, is an important opportunity. The world, the region, and most of all the people of Palestine and Israel cannot afford to watch the two-state solution disappear before our eyes. The goal has never been more imperative, but unfortunately, it also looks more distant. The international community has an enormous responsibility in this decisive moment. Excellencies, in Lebanon, Security Council Resolution 1701 is unequivocal. Sovereignty and territorial integrity of Lebanon must be respected, and the government of Lebanon must have control over all Lebanese territory. And I welcome the stated commitment by Lebanese officials to ensure a state monopoly over weapons. I also encourage continued progress on reforms as well as efforts to deploy the Lebanese armed forces to southern Lebanon with the support of UNIFIL. In Syria, sovereignty, independence, unity and territorial integrity are critical. And we must firmly support an inclusive Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political process based on the key principles of Security Council Resolution 2254, a process that safeguards the rights and participation of all Syrians, regardless of ethnicity and religion, and ensures their protection. This is the pathway to a peaceful, independent and democratic future and an economic revival as sanctions are removed. Excellencies, Highnesses, in Yemen, Houthi attacks in the Red Sea have significantly damaged the regional and global economies. I welcome the announcement made by the Sultanate of Oman on 6 May that the United States and the Houthis would cease hostilities. The trajectory of violence must cease as we work for a negotiated Yemeni-led political settlement. UN staff and others that were arbitrarily arrested must be released, and in Sudan, renewed and coordinated multilateral engagement is crucial to help stem appalling violence, famine and mass displacement. And I am very grateful to the Arab League and to the AU for the excellent coordination meeting that we managed to have yesterday. And I commend the efforts of the League of Arab States to strengthen multilateral coordination. In Somalia, unity and inclusive dialogue are imperative. The assistance of Somalia's partners will be essential in the fight against Al-Shabaab and strengthening peace and security in the country. That is why I put forward a recommendation to the Security Council to enable predictable and sustainable financing for the African Union support and stabilization mission in Somalia. In Libya, we are actively engaging with national and international actors to end the confrontation between armed groups, to preserve the independence of key oversight institutions, to address the obstacles preventing national elections and set the course for long-term stability and prosperity in line with the Libyan people's needs and aspirations. And once again, the League of Arab States is a vital partner in these efforts. Finally, here in Baghdad, I want to recognize and commend the progress Iraq has made since restoration of sovereignty in 2004, strengthening institutions, resolving disputes through dialogue, providing humanitarian assistance and fostering sustainable development and human rights. And I sincerely hope that all pending issues will find a just solution by dialogue. The United Nations Assistance Mission in Iraq has accompanied the country on this path, and we are working to ensure the successful delivery of its residual mandate and an orderly drawdown by 31 December 2025. We are committed to continue supporting the government and people of Iraq towards a peaceful, democratic and prosperous future. Highnesses, Excellencies, despite the enormous challenges, let us draw lessons and hope from here in Baghdad. Working in unity and solidarity, we can help resolve conflicts and build a future of peace and prosperity. That is the shared goal of the League of Arab States and the United Nations, and I look forward to continue to deepen our partnership together. Shukran.
العام للأمم المتحدة.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations, for your remarks. I would like to invite Mr. Mahmoud Ali Youssef, the Chairperson of the Commission of the African Union, to provide his remarks. Your Excellency, President Abdul Jamal Rashid, the President of the Republic of Iraq, Your Excellencies, Your Excellencies, and also the Secretary General of the State of the Arab League, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations, peace be upon all of you. In the beginning, I would like to extend my thanks to the chairmanship of the summit for the generous invitation to the African Union to attend this opening session of the Arab Summit. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Jamal Rashid, His Excellency the President, for assuming the chairmanship of this Arab Summit. I would like also to commend the great efforts that His Majesty King Ahmed bin Isa during his previous chairmanship of the Arab Summit last year. I would like also to extend my thanks and gratitude to the Republic of Iraq as a leadership and government, as well as people, for the great reception and hospitality, and for the great efforts exerted to ensure good organization of this very important event. The African Union is monitoring closely the events of the Arab Summits, and we are really betting a lot on them. In a very complicated international situation with multiple challenges and crises, which emphasizes the importance of collaboration and coordination between the African continent and the Arab region within a clear strategy. Both the Arab and the African spaces are integrated, and there are historical and cultural relationships that link them, as well as their vital interests. And therefore, it is of utmost importance to activate such partnership in different aspects, including the trade and investment, as well as other areas of common interest. Here, we would like also to re-invite our colleagues and our brethren in the Arab countries to have the fifth Arab summit that was delayed for several years. Such a summit, African Arab Summit, would be a very important station for enhancing dialogue and collaboration between the Arab region and the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, regarding the crises affecting the African continent and our region, we were and we are still collaborating, and we demonstrate our solidarity. And we would like also here to commend some of the initiatives by the Arab countries to settle the conflicts in the African continent. Also, the African Union condemns the genocide that the Palestinian people are experiencing, and we demand the international community to put an end to this aggression against this unarmed people, and to restore its right to live peacefully in its independent state within the limitations of the 1967 according to the international legitimacy resolutions. The African Union in its parts is also facing many challenges, like in Somalia, in Sudan, and in Libya, and a number of other African countries. There is no other option but the Arab-African solidarity to find solutions to these crises. Your Excellency, the international law has become on stake, and the international developments are warning us of the emergence of a new world order, where the Arab and the African world should take a reputable position, or a prominent position. This is a new opportunity that would enable us to achieve a new transition in our relationship, which would also require us to establish common projects in the different areas, and would achieve the tangible results that our people aspire to. We hope that this summit would be a great opportunity for enhancing the collaboration and for unifying the positions towards a shared vision. I would like to thank His Excellency Mr. Ahmed Abul Ghayth, the Secretary General of the League of the Arab States, for his extended efforts to enhance the relationships between our continent and the Arab region. I wish this summit successful discussions and dialogue. Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for the head of the Commission of the African Federation. Now I ask Mr. Hussein Taha, the Secretary General of the Islamic Organization.